What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to review what I believe to be the most legendary bolt-action rifle ever produced. What do you guys think it is? Drop it in the comments. I want to see if you agree with me or not. So I'm interested to see what you guys guessed, and if you guessed the Remington Model 700, then you and I agree. Now, before we get into the advantages and also the controversies around this Remington Model 700, you probably noticed that this particular rifle doesn't look like your granddaddy's rifle. It is fitted with a Ultra Dine chassis. And so let's get into the Ultra Dine chassis real quick. It is a lightweight one-piece chassis, drop-in free-floating barrel. It's got an integrated ARCA rail in the forend, integrated M-lock slots in the forend, Dynalock system. It's got an integrated barrier stop in the front of the magazine, which I'm looking forward to using here in just a little bit. Adjustable and ambidextrous magazine release, mil-spec AR grip interface. It has 10 Cerakote options available, and everything is 100% machined in the USA. I'm really pumped about getting to play with this thing. There's so much adjustment. It's super light. It is just basically the absolute necessities that you would want from a chassis on a sniper rifle, you know, hunting rifle, whatever. And then this is made obviously to add on to. There's tons and tons of accessories made by Ultra Dine to add on to this chassis to make this rifle exactly what you want it to be. So let's get this thing on the range and shoot it a little bit and talk about the Remington Model 700 and why I think it is in fact the most legendary bolt action rifle ever made. So the Remington Model 700, it was basically began production in 1962, so it's been around a long time. It's been adopted by the US military. This was the sniper rifle platform of choice in the NSW, or Naval Special Warfare Armory. This is what our snipers used, and I think it's used across the board in the US military, the Army, the Marine Corps, and I don't know if the Air Force does anything but kind of just sit around in chairs and do paperwork, but if they have a sniper rifle in the Armory, it's probably a Remington Model 700, or at least it was at one time. I don't know what they're using now, but when I was in, this is what they used. Now, there's been some controversy around the Model 700. I think around 2013, they changed the trigger mechanism in the Model 700, and they had multiple complaints that the rifle was actually basically just going off because maybe it got bumped or something like that. And there's a lot of lawsuits out there apparently about that issue. I hope that's been fixed. I guess it has been fixed. I don't know the details on that, but I remember when it was going down and I was really surprised because this is such a tried and true bolt gun. Now, what do I personally love about it? I just love the simplicity of the Model 700. I like that it's got a nice smooth bolt. Everything it's just nice and tight and smooth. It has an internal, I guess the extractor is internal to the bolt face. So a lot of the bolt actions, you know, you got this big old extra crap hanging off the side of the bolt and it just gets clunky, and yeah, I don't know, man. The action on the Model 700 is just super smooth. Another thing I love about this platform is where the safety selector is. It's just in the most natural spot to engage and disengage. And now for a hunting rifle, that's super important. You're not gonna miss that safety selector when you want to manipulate it, right? It's in the perfect spot. So it's smooth, it's just a clean design. It's tried and true, it functions well. I've personally shot targets with a Remington Model 700 chambered in 300 Win Mag out past 1,000 yards on a range while I was active duty, which I know it can reach out a lot further than that, but I'm not a sniper, so but I know it is highly accurate. Chambered in multiple different calibers. This particular rifle is chambered in 308, which for you guys that are maybe new to guns, if you're looking at a Model 700 or a bolt gun, you'll see short action and long action. So 308 would be considered short action. The long action is going to be chambered in your Magnum calibers, most commonly your 300 Win Mag and your 7 Mag, right? And that just means you got a longer bolt. Obviously, the bolt needs to be longer in order to extract and eject the round, whatever, when you cycle the action. So, yeah, it is really just hands down the most legendary bolt gun, I believe, that's ever been produced. You just can't beat the old Remington Model 700. And it's so much fun to get out on the range and just let a bolt gun eat. And we don't do it very often. Well, I mean, ammo's expensive. Usually you're shooting a little bigger round with these bolt guns. And, you know, they're precision guns, but it is a lot of fun to get out and run some rounds through them on the range, especially on some long targets. The Ultradyne stock, I really thought it performed well. We took multiple shots out here. We got to use the barricade stop on the front of the magazine well right there. I really love the simplicity of the adjustable cheek piece right there. And there's so many different things that you can do with this. It's pretty much endless. So right now it's pretty much bare bones, and it shot really well. The recoil was very manageable. It was comfortable, and I love that it's all machined right here in the USA, and I just love how modular it is. So super pumped about getting to use this more and putting some different attachments on it and having fun with it out on the range, man. So that's the Remington Model 700 in a nutshell. If you're looking for a bolt gun, can't go wrong with it. Get out on the range and have some fun, man. Sling some lead and get your bolt guns out more than just during hunting season. They're fun to shoot, and put some targets way down range and see how far you can stretch these things out. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning into the channel. If you got any comments or questions or opinions on the Model 700, or if you've had any experience with them, drop them in the comments. We want to hear from you guys. We'll catch you on the flip-flop. Nuff said.